Are we on there? Oh, there's a live button up top. Well, good afternoon, everyone. This is our Chat with the Chief session for the month of March. We did this last month, and I was only able to do the afternoon session. We had an incident, a shooting that resulted in a homicide last month. So I apologize for not being here, or at least finishing both sessions, I should say, last month. So I'm looking forward to having some good conversations this afternoon. We'll do it again tonight, this evening at 6 o'clock. I think Crystal's going to be with me here this afternoon, and then Matt will work with me this evening. So I look forward to just having some good conversations. I'm going to ask, as usual, anyone logged on at this point, would you just give us some feedback visually? We come across the screen okay? And I know we had some fan issue or some background noise last time. How do we sound? How's the audio? Is it sounding okay? Is it clear? But what I plan to do today is, again, I'll spend the first few minutes just giving an update on crime, where we stand as a city at this point. We'll talk about cases, a little bit of numbers and data and clearance rates, and then just some things I want to touch base on. Just coming off of St. Patrick's Day, our city marathon not too many weeks ago. We're going to talk about a little bit about celebrating Women's History Month. May talk a little bit about the World Baseball Classic. I had some phone calls last night as I was watching. I'm a big baseball fan, so we'll talk about the Tides and Squirrels getting ready to start their season. We'll touch a little bit about the Foundation Breakfast. Tell you a little bit about that happened yesterday. Really excited to talk to you about the high school forums as we go meet our high schools. We touch base with where we're at on staffing and recruiting, the people that are choosing to come to the Newport News Police Department. We will talk a little bit about the situation that happened in Michigan and in ODU. We'll talk about a couple of really nice arrests that took place up in the North Precinct earlier or over the weekend, beginning of this week. That really just officers did a really good job. And then I'd like to congratulate again and shout out and talk about the Menchville girls state run to the basketball championship at state level, and I got to go up to Richmond. We'll talk a little bit about that. All right, let's scroll. All right, so here we go. Joy, Joy, thank you. I appreciate that. Anna, oh yes, you're fine. Glad to see you look good and sound great. Thank you for that. Kim, I appreciate you being here. Hi, Chief. Kim, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a good week so far. Joy, good afternoon, everyone. Gotcha. Michaela, how are you? Chief, know you've been audio and visuals. Good. Michaela, I saw your post the other day, and I appreciate it. I love how you stay in contact with us, one of our former police commissioners. So it's great to hear from you and see you. I appreciate what you're doing. So let me just start out with so a couple topics I wanted to hit on today. Certainly talk about crime and give you updates on that. And Kim says, wait a minute. We just got interrupted here. News flash. Someone says Crystal is my sister. Crystal, do we know who Kimberly Renee is?
Yeah, I may know her.
You may know her. It may be a little sister action going on there. Okay, all right, that's good. Well, I will tell you, Kimberly, if you have anything you want to direct message, any insights, any good jokes, I would love to have it. Crystal picks on me, and I pick on her. So if anything you got, I will certainly take. Rhea, I hope you're doing well. Hope things are going good with school and your grades are good. Again, another one of our commissioners, and it's always great to hear from you guys and stay up to speed with. I joke, but our media relations department is doing an amazing job. Our PIO office, if you will, Matt and Crystal and Kelly King and Serena, who's now over here just from on the data side, but whether it's scenes that they show up on marketing, our department, telling good stories. I understand there was a little St. Patrick's joke that went out yesterday, so I hope some people saw that. And Kimberly, that's good. You didn't even direct message out. You sent that to everybody. Look, I'm looking around the. Wait, oh my gosh, what is going on? So what I'm going to do today is I will try to take as many questions as I can. Being open is transparent. I think that's important. These sessions are meant to back and forth and just sharing information directly with our community. I do a video about once a week or every other week to send out 10, 12 minutes to send out to our officers, our department, which is nearly 500 now, sworn, and another 105, 110 civilians just so they can hear directly from me, squashing rumors, responding to something that happened, trying to get that information flowing quickly and as transparent as I can be. So if someone asks a question today about a particular case, I'll give you like the 50,000 foot level. I don't want to disrupt any cases that's in our Commonwealth Attorney's Office or where detectives are still interviewing and investigating. But I'll be glad to be as open and transparent as I can without hurting any of those investigations. I need a favor. Please ask Hamilton to stop telling new female recruits to be cautious. Okay, Kim. I see what you're saying. I think you and I have talked about that before. I understand what you're saying. So let's talk about the first thing I'd like to share with you is data and crime of where we are in our city, right? And here's my disclaimer. We're going to talk data and numbers, clearance rates, but I understand clearly that each one of those data points, when we plot those points, we look at data over 5 years, 3 years, and currently, that those points are people, right? They're family members, they're loved ones, they're citizens. They're not just numbers on a graph or a chart. But I do look at the data to help me. Are the strategies that we're doing, are they dropping those data points? Are they kind of fluctuating, staying the same, or are they increasing? Because we have to be able to change our strategies, and I want to be evidence-based and data-driven, but remembering that, again, each one of those points is a loved one, right? It's an individual, and I don't lose track of that. So currently today, our homicides in our city are up compared to where they were last year. With the 6 that we have, 4 are cleared, and we know what happened. The other 2, and the individuals in that were both, well, let's just say without hurting any cases, both involved. So officers have made quick arrests. The detectives have done a great job in following leads, utilizing technology, citizen input. Again, data, information, witnesses that came forward, but we know who committed each of the homicides in our city. 4 are already cleared by arrest, and the other 2 or 1 will be, and we'll leave it at that. Crime in our city is down. Violent crime is down by 10%. Property crime is down 13%, and overall, if we reported out to the FBI today, it's about a 12% reduction overall in our city in crime. Shootings, non-fatal shootings, shot in the arm, leg, shoulder. We've seen a decrease in the last 3 years, and last year was a record low in homicides and a record low in shootings for about the last 20-25 years. And our shootings are below where they were last year. So that is really good. And like any loss of life is tragic. The next thing we can do if that happens is try to provide some closure to the family by solving those cases. And that's what we talk about clearance rates. That's how we refer to them. So the FBI looks at clearance rates 2 different ways. There is a national average overall, and then they break it down by cities, small, medium, and large cities. So your Chicago, Detroit, Los Angeles are your large cities. Newport News would be a mid-sized city, and then you have your smaller cities. So when I look at crime in each category, our goal is to be above clearance rates above the national average and above the average of cities our size. Now, we try to strive to solve every case, and some get solved right away, and some it may take a little longer. Some may take years. Whether it's if we have technology or don't have technology, if we have witnesses or don't have witnesses, or if we have witnesses who don't want to come forward. But I will tell you, for the last 3 years, we are above the national average and above the city our size average in every single category. That's homicide, rape, robbery, aggravated assaults, burglaries, larcenies, thefts, auto theft. Clearing those cases is above the national average and above the average of cities our size. So that tells me, is our strategies working, right? Or are we solving cases that are out there? And it especially on those that are loss of life, solving a case never brings someone back, but it does provide some closure that an individual or families are not feeling that there's someone out there that took someone's life and is just walking around. Now, Again, I wish that we solved every one. That's not the case, but we don't stop working. When new leads come up, maybe new technology, the stuff with DNA, fingerprint all of those things as they evolve, it allows us to go back and look at things. I know we do have a cold case unit, and we're looking at a case that happened back in the 80s that some new information has popped up on. So I'm very impressed with the work they do. I'm thankful for the work that the officers and detectives do, our dispatchers, really across the board. And I don't tell them enough, but they are doing some excellent work. And it doesn't mean we always get it right. We absolutely do not. We're human just like anyone else. This badge and these patches don't make us any different. But it is a strive to do better each day. And when we fall short, how do we make that better? And then if we get it wrong, it's okay to say that we're sorry, that we apologize for that. But I believe that the intent is to do the best we can on the calls that we go on. So let's start back up. William. Kristen, good afternoon. Let's see. Good afternoon. Hope all we're doing well today. I can't wait to hear about the data. Very important. Kristen, I hope that kind of covers some things for you. Like I said, the violent crime in our city is down 10%. That's the third year in a row. Shootings are down, and the homicides we've had have been a little. They have not been in the neighborhoods that we through over the last 3 years. History-wise, some of them have been inside a hotel, inside a residence. Individuals setting up to meet each other. Illegal drug transaction taking place early in the morning. A robbery that went bad. Accidental, right? Individuals playing with a handgun or passing a handgun back and forth as we continue to still fine-tune things, but those are kind of the ones we've had, and it's not in some of the traditional out in the open in the community that we've seen in the past. That doesn't change anything about where we are with a loss of life, right? But I do want to, what kind of homicides are we having? What kind of shootings are we having? And making sure that we really, really move quickly to try to identify and apprehend the offender so that we don't have retaliation in a perpetual cycle. I worry about that primarily with young people, with our youth, right, with social media and firearms accessibility and choices. So I hope was it Crystal that asked me that, or Kristen that asked me, Kristen? So I hope that I hit that for you. Joy, can you say what happened off Barkley Road recently? I had to turn around in someone's driveway. Joy, I'll have to look into it. I'm not exactly sure. But I'll see what I can find out for you, maybe by this evening session. What was the next one? That was that Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown. Bethea, Justice for Spirit Prior. Aubrey, that's amazing to hear. Aubrey, thank you. I appreciate that. Newport News Police Foundation. Good morning, Chief. Yeah, that's one of the things I want to talk about. Good morning to the foundation. I want to talk about that meeting we had yesterday, the breakfast fundraiser, if you will. Man, what a great turnout, a great day. It's a great event in the morning, and man, I could not be happier with. We'll talk about our young adult police commissioners, but to see what Melina did, she made some remarks. It was really impactful. I've never gotten an apology from an officer that treated me wrong. Kimberly, you and I have talked multiple times, and some things we agree on, some say we don't. I thought we've had pretty good conversations, but if I haven't. If you feel like we haven't, I apologize to you of the things you felt that were wrong. But some of the things you brought up to me, there's things that I can't do and that we shouldn't be doing as law enforcement. But I thought we've had a pretty good conversation over the years. But I'll take that. And for anything that you feel like you were treated wrong, I apologize for you openly. I've always enjoyed our conversations. There's just some things that you brought up that we can't do. Newport News Police Pipes and Drums. Hi, Chief. Hope everyone is doing well. Thank you, everyone, with the Newport News Police Department for all you do. So let's talk about Pipes and Drums, and then we're going to go back and talk about the breakfast that we have with the foundation. Pipes and Drums is a very, very talented group, which are, right, Pipes and Drums. They are requested a lot over the Hampton Roads area. Their home, though, is here in the Newport News Police Department. They do a great job, very, very talented. I got to see a little bit of them last night, give them a hard time. They were just getting started, but I gave them a hard time. I didn't hear any music coming out while they were rehearsing. They do all of our graduations, award ceremony, promotion ceremonies, and they will do things at other events as well. They just a phenomenal group. Um, I got to sit down and talk to Ryan and the leadership there, and I just thought you guys did great. And I just really, really appreciate the work that you do, our partnerships and relationships. So, man, I appreciate you chiming in today, and you guys just do great, and I appreciate that. Joy, by and large, we live in a relatively safe city. Joy, perception's hard. I was at a meeting the other day, and I asked someone about what they thought the crime rate were, and you know what? It was a Citizens Academy. It was a Citizens Police Academy where about 20, 22 individuals, and Monica White runs that, does a phenomenal job, and perception's hard to overcome. And I asked someone, well, how many homicides do you think we have in our city? And I heard numbers like 100, 200, 300. And I'm like, whoa, whoa. So when I told them the number of homicides we had last year, they were blown away. So I just think that sometimes the perception is hard to overcome, especially if for years, right? I think we made a tremendous turn, and I'm appreciative of those conversations. So yeah, Joy, thank you for that. Um, Scroll up just a little bit past Robin. I just want to see what. Oh, okay, gotcha, perfect. Okay, Robin. Good afternoon, Chief. I may be able to stop in first week of April. Hopefully, it'll be able to meet. Thank you for all you do. Team does for our community. Robin, thank you. I'd love to see you. If it's able to work out, that would be fantastic. I'd appreciate that, and I appreciate the conversations that we've had, the interaction. That means a lot. Sandra, hope you're doing well. Thank you for being here today, this afternoon. Is it Jamie? Am I reading that right? I told my coworker Ken that he needs to bring his assistant to the breakfast next year. Jamie, he does. I'm telling you, I'm going to talk about that breakfast yesterday. It was amazing. I really had a good time. The officers were there, and it was just really good. And man, wasn't that Melina, their teenager, high school senior? Wasn't she great? Man, it was, yeah. Oh, Kim, now you're making fun of me about St. Patrick's Day. Oh, I didn't know if you saw that or not. Yeah, it was a video we did yesterday to have a little bit of fun on St. Patrick's Day. They got me right. Brought in with the green donut. It was supposed to be a full dozen, and one was missing. And yeah, I think we have some technology that showed who actually took one of those donuts. So they were messing with me a little bit, but I'm glad I'm glad you got to see it. There's this big theory about police officers and donuts, right? For years, it's gone on for years. So if I can help you with that, that's absolutely true. It's just absolutely true. But I'm glad you got to see it. We had some laughs here. Miriam says Citizens Police Academy is an excellent and unique opportunity for everyone that are still going and on and have for everyone. Okay, I'll get back to Chris. Yeah, so I will tell you the Citizens Academy is phenomenal. Monica White does an amazing job. I could not be more impressed, and just getting to know the citizens that take part and how they share it with other citizens and the stuff. We kind of open the doors to the police department and educate, share, inform, back and forth. I get to do opening night. I always talk too long. Monica's. I feel bad, but man, I just love talking to citizens about this department and what we're doing and what we're trying to do and getting to know them that took their time for the 9-10 weeks to meet with us and just interact with us. So sharing some of the new technology we have, some of the things that help us with training, whether it's a headset or going into a virtual room. It's just really, really exciting time, and I really, really appreciate that. All right, so let me talk about this police foundation. Wait a minute, go back. I want to see Kristen. Is there any information, details that you can be given based on open case or ongoing cases that are still going on and have not been solved yet? Not too many details, just statistics. Yeah, Kristen, I'd have to know kind of what you're looking for. There are cases that we have this year and last year, and cold cases. There are numerous, right? So we don't close a case until it's solved. So I can't really. I don't want to go into detail about cases like you said about hurting anything. But if you have a particular case that I could touch base on, but that's a wide book there that you're asking me about. Any cases that are still going on and have not been solved yet. You could go back 4 or 5 years ago. Go back to January. We just need you to narrow it for me. Kim says, "Yeah, I saw at this. I'm Irish." So, Kim, you probably laughed a little bit. So, let me talk about this foundation breakfast. So, we have a police foundation. They raise funds for the police department. Our city, our mayor, city council, city administration is so good to us. Now, they ask hard questions, right? If we provide this funding, what are you going to do with it? If we provide you these positions, what are you going to do with it? If we invest in this technology, how's it going to be used? They ask hard questions, and they should. And I enjoy that conversation. But they are, and it's not like that everywhere. But I will tell you, I believe this community, for the most part, and certainly city administration, our elected officials, our mayor, are very much engaged in what goes on in this city. I think we have good relationships. The Police Foundation is a group of individuals who raise money to support the police department. So what are they? What kind of things? So the canines that we have, right? That they will buy bulletproof vests for the canines. When we went to body-worn cameras, they made the first investment years and years ago as we outfitted the whole department. As we did outer carrier vests, they put up some front money to do the first investment in outer carrier vests. The trauma kits that we have for officers who may get injured, or when we respond to a scene, if we're there before paramedics, that we might use tourniquets that we've outfitted across the department. We're medical professionals, right? Nurses and hospital staff have told us that if we didn't control that bleeding, that individual may not have made it. So they're a tremendous benefit to us and things that they do. And every year we do a breakfast in around March, right, to open up if anyone would be willing to or like to donate funds to the Police Foundation, which goes back into the police department. One of the biggest things they do for us is the investment in youth, our young people. Whether it's the pickleball camp, the drone camp, the youth leadership camp, CPA, they help us with our Citizens Academy, CP AAA. They really do probably one of the biggest ones that I'm really excited about is the Young Adult Police Commissioner. So the Young Adult Police Commissioners quickly is a group of high school students. It should be a freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior from each high school. 6 high schools, that's 24 kids. This year we started off with over 50. And that is kids spreading the word. So think about that, 50 kids who want to interact with law enforcement. And these are not honor roll students. You don't have to carry a 4.0. These are individuals who have been referred to us by other students, by security, by principals, guidance counselors, school resource officers that just have an interest in learning a little bit about law enforcement. So we work with them every Wednesday from about 3 to 5, 3 to 6. We feed them. Where does that money come from to feed? I don't know if anybody's got teenagers out there. But look, Domino's Pizza, Chick-fil-A is where it's at, and where I get in trouble is if we forget to get the sauce. And look, the 3 chiefs, myself and the other 3 assistant chiefs, we love to go down there and break some bread with them. We meet with them today, and we're showing them displaying all of the capabilities we have with drones and how we would put it up to look at a structure fire, how we might look with infrared to look for someone who's missing, right? Someone who might have Alzheimer's and it has wandered off, that are lost, right? For a young child. We're going to show them how we use them to look at crowds when we have like the 4th of July to make sure that our crowds are safe, that ingress and egress, all the different things that we can do with them. But today is the drone day for them. And the Police Foundation support that. They fund that. So individuals give, donate, and then it comes back into the police department. Pipes and drums the same way. A lot of stuff with our canine and dogs that are retired, right? Who helps out with some of those vet bills for dogs, canine dogs who've done a great amount of service to our city and our department, and then they, that comes to the end of their time, right, their active time in law enforcement. So they provide for all those things. They do a great job. Yesterday was our breakfast. So I don't even want to guess at the number, but we had Rob Coleman, our president, Megan Stewart, just did an amazing job. And then Melina, who is one of our high school students from Minchville, she spoke for about 7 minutes, man. And she just, Melina, where's your speech? She's like, I'm just going to go talk from my heart, Chief. And it was just, man, I just thought it was amazing. I got to give a few comments, really just thanking the officers that were there. But it was just a really great day. So if anybody's interested in that, if you reach out to us, we'll get you hooked up with them. But it really is money we put back into the department and our outreach, our youth, canine, safety, tourniquets. Like I said, the tourniquets or the the toolkits that we have, medic bags, just goes trauma kits. It just goes a long way. So I just wanted to say thank you. I thought it was a great breakfast, and I really, really enjoyed it. All right, let's scroll back up. Let's see if we can get caught up here a minute. Go before Jamie. I got Sender. Okay, I told my coworker. Yep, Jamie, thank you so much. I did like your video. So, Crystal, they're giving me a hard time about the St. Patrick's Day. Citizens Police Academy is an excellent. Yep, we talked about that. Kristen, is there any information on? No, I can't do that too much. We talked about. Kim's Irish. Yep. Newport News. We talked about. There we go. Is it? Am I reading that right? From Fame, right? Hello, Chief. This is Andy Broward. How are you doing? Marcia King and I went to have a sit down about what we're doing and what we're doing in Newport News, Virginia. Hey, that sounds great. You know, you can direct message me, send me a phone message. We'll have a conversation, get together, just kind of let me know what we're talking about. So if I need to have other divisions in the room, but absolutely, that'd be great. Look forward to meeting with you. Speeding at 2025, basically, maybe even back to 2021. No, wait. Oh, speaking of 2025, basically. Yeah, Kristen, if you've got, I mean, that's a whole year. If you've got a particular case, we'll go with that. But I don't need to. I'm not going to open up about just spitballing with what. Give me a little something. I can tell you that most of the cases were solved that we had in 2025. That was a record year low for us over decades. We had, now again, one loss, one death is one too many. Though we had 18 homicides in our city. The year before that we had 23, and the year before that we were in the low 40s. So we had dropped that number, cut it in half, and then to go down to another 18. That's what I want to look at. Our tactics are working, right? Our strategies are working. And when we talk about, well, we're on that topic for a minute. While we talk about violence or any crime that we're dealing with, there are so many different entities that it's like a big puzzle, and everyone has a piece. So when we talk about the Commonwealth Attorney's Office, the Police Department, the Fire Department, even our libraries and programs that are put on there, the partnerships that we have with schools, the interaction we have with our neighborhood watch groups, the partnership that we have with our faith leaders, right? All of those things are so important, and each one of them have. And I haven't even touched on human services. I haven't touched on works and rec. I haven't touched on when we deal with blight, our environmental officers and the partnerships they have with other city entities, boarding up houses that are vacant, getting grass cut down, removing vehicles that are just parked on the street that become hazardous, right, that are broken down, may not have any tires on it, or the engine's gone. So all those are pieces of a puzzle, and you put them in together, that creates a framework of what we're doing to address crime. And I think when you put all that together, it makes a huge difference, and it really frames a picture of what we're trying to do. So that was important to me. I can share that with you. And then I think there were 6 cold cases that were solved last year from our homicide team, right? Of years from years past, right? So not only the cases that we that we had last year, the 18, and the majority of those being solved, but then to come back and look at another 6 cases that were from years in the past, or what we would call a cold case. That's continuing to process that's huge. We solved 6 cases last year that happened in years past that did not occur in 2025. That's been an investment we did a couple years ago, and I just think it's paid off. I think we owe that to our families. A lot of that has to do we have the staffing and ability to do that, to actually put eyes on some of those older cases, and I think it's been very, very beneficial. And God's really blessed us with staffing. We may talk about that a little bit today, and this plays a huge role in what we're trying to do. Mary, the Newport News Citizens Police Academy was excellent. There you go. Completed it, Academy and the Citizens Academy. I have learned so much. Keep up the great work. Well, Mary, I appreciate that. It is. Look, Monica does the Citizens Academy. Anna Whalen, who does the alumni group, they both just do phenomenal jobs. And then we work with those citizens a lot to do different things in our community, whether it's helping out with VIN etching, whether it's helping out with the use of force review board, whether it's helping with role playing for recruits in the academy or in service. They just do a phenomenal job, using them to help us out with active shooter type scenarios, crowd management, how to deal with crowds. It's just the citizen volunteers that work with us and that come out of those programs. One, you get an insight of what the department's like, and then to help us with continued training and do better. I think it builds tremendous relationships. So, yeah, Monica and Anna just do amazing, amazing jobs. Cameron, it's good to have you on board. That's another one of our commissioners. I hope you're doing well in school, my friend. I look forward to seeing you again soon, but I'm proud of what you're doing, and I appreciate you stopping by today. That means a lot. Don't forget the sauce. That's right. Kim, you're right. The kids, they're like, well, thank you for the food, but where's the sauce? And like, man, we got to make sure we get the sauce. We got to make sure. It's funny. Pandora, that is nice. Scroll back up just a minute. Is there one before? Okay, got it. I just want to make sure. Pandora, thank you. Newport News Police Pipes and Drums. The foundation is amazing. They provide us with funding to provide the lessons and uniforms. Hey, so let me tell you, Pipes and Drums, I just told before, I did a video to the department yesterday, just kind of giving some update on where we're at with the budget, where we're at with staffing, where we're at with our academy class. And I put out that, that they were looking for individuals that we would sponsor to get into the Pipes and Drum Band. And Kelly King said, hey, Chief, I got an email yesterday of an officer who would like to join. I was like, what, really, that quick? So, yeah, so I got to find out who it was, but it was just, man, that was really nice to hear. So maybe we can add one more to the great band that you guys got. That was awesome. Young Adult Police Commissioners, pickleball. Yeah, there we go. Pickleball. Look, she's laid them all out. But, again, it's just the investment that the Police Foundation make in our youth. And that stuff is benefit. We build tremendous relationships. You get to meet individuals' parents, expose them a little bit to the department, but really just interacting with kids, man, it is so vital. And while I'm there, so Cameron says, on that same topic, Cameron was one of our young adult police commissioners. Crystal, after that, I want to talk about the school forums, if you can remind me. This program totally changed my life in relationship with the Newport News Police Department. Incredible opportunity for any young adults looking to try something new. Yeah, Cameron, I appreciate that. The next one from the foundation talks about Melina and the great job she did. I'll tell you, man, she's really taken a strong interest in Mr. Coleman, Rob Coleman. I know the city council side, I know the past sheriff side, but the police foundation, what he does with the Boys and Girls Club, he got to hear her speak a couple years ago, and Rob and I have had a lot of conversation about Melina. She just does an amazing job. So on the tail end of youth, let me tell you, every year in March or April, we take 1 week, and I take myself. So myself and 4 or 5 other officers with me. Usually someone from forensics, usually someone from special victims, the school resource officer of that particular school, someone from our training and recruiting division, and we just panel 4 or 5 of us right on a stage, and we go to every single high school, not bringing the kids to us, we go to them. So we started out with Denby High School last Monday, then we went to Woodside, we went to Minchville, we went to Achievable Dream and Warwick, and yesterday we finished with Heritage High School. In the groups, I would guess, sessions, if you will, is about an hour and a half. There's about 100 high school students. And the young adult police commissioners are the ones working the rooms on both sides with the mics. And it starts out a little slow. It takes about 5 minutes for someone to ask a question. And then once it happens, it just takes off. And it's like the principals or the aides have got, hey, like, Chief, we only got like 5 more minutes. So I think, one, it speaks volumes for us to go to them. But to hear their questions, a lot of questions about social media, a lot of questions to Detective Stewart. Just got a lot of questions about the work she does and investigations. But I'll tell you, the one who seems to get the best questions or the most questions are forensics, right? Can you get fingerprints off of this, and how long does it take? And to hear the forensic technicians talk about, it's not like CIS that we're solving the case in 45 minutes with commercials, right? But just the cases that they're involved in. There was questions about how do we feel about immigration? What's some of the harder scenes that we've had to work? How do we take care of the mental health of the officers? What made you want to get into law enforcement? Is it hard to become an officer? What kind of training do you do? What kind of technology do you have? Why do we have, what type of officers are the best school resource officers? I'm just telling you, it was great discussion. Even the teachers will ask some questions, and I ask just one to each group. Every school year, there's always some conversation about whether on a national level or local level about school resource officers, a police officer in our high schools, in our middle schools. We have 13 total high schools and middle schools combined, 6 high schools and 7 middle schools. And so we have a school resource officer in each one, and then they also, when their ability to check in on the elementary schools. But I asked the students in the room, how many feel, sometimes in those discussions we have, we don't ask the students who it most impacts. So I just asked them, one question for me is, how many feel that we should have and continue to have a police officer in our high schools, a school resource officer? And I will tell you, just by a show of hands, 5 of the 6 schools easily 95, 98%. Minchville, one of those, right? And Rob Coleman, Councilman Coleman was there for that one. And one school was about 75%. Overwhelmingly the majority. So I asked them why. And it was about making us feel safe. It was about building relationships. These are responses I got from the students. It was about building relationships, making us feel safe, someone that we can go and talk to, and that's exactly right. They're not there to have people put their phones down or get out of the hallways. They're there to build relationships. So I just, when I see Cameron and Rhea on here, it just, man, Michaela, Miss Neal, that just, those are individuals that have gone through the program, graduated, right, and they're moving on in their lives and they still stay in touch. I just think that's really, that's impactful to me. It means a lot. So like I said, we started out with around 50 this year, and yes, I will remember to get the sauce today. We've certainly learned our lesson. Faith McKinley. Good afternoon, Chief. Hope your holidays were good. Faith, I appreciate that. Yeah, I will tell you, about a month ago, I got to go see my mom and dad up in Cincinnati. They had a bad snowstorm. I usually go like New Year's Day. I like to get through New Year's Eve here. So I usually go New Year's Day. Bad snowstorm up there. So I decided to wait, and I went in February, and I got to see them. They're getting a little bit older. They move a little bit slower. And I got to do a better job of getting it. My sister lives up there, so that's great. But it was great. Thank you for that. It was great to go up and see them. Thank you very much. We'll be getting in contact with you. Oh, Fame. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Please do. I look forward to that. Joy says, are the homicides that we've had in 2026 all solved? Joy, so the answer to that is yes. We know who committed each one. Homicide 4 and 5 are related. I don't want to get too much into that, but there were 2 individuals at a location, and they both succumbed to gunfire. Known to each other, what that was set up for. All of the others are all solved by arrest, and there's two that happened at one scene. We're just putting the final touches on. They're making great progress. But there's no threat to the community. None of them are related to any of the others. They were all isolated incidents. Most of them were solved within about 24 hours. And the one where 2 individuals, we know what happened there. It's just putting things together and submitting that to Commonwealth Attorney and doing a couple other interviews. So they certainly will be. Well, I was talking with the youth before I go to Kristen again. Thank you so much. I do understand that everything is puzzle. And criminal justice degree work for York County juvenile outfit system, juvenile court system before, and you did hit the nail on the head answering what I wanted. Thank you. Yeah, and Kristen, look, if you're doing research or anything and you want to have a phone conversation, just direct message me. Is that the right language, Crystal? Mm-hmm. A number, I'll be glad to reach out to you and talk to you. But anything I can do to help you out will be, I'd love to do without question. The other thing with juveniles, we were talking about commissioners. I wanted to talk one more thing about juveniles. Young people. Oh, you know what else we talked about? I did, so just before I leave those forums, I think it's very important for us to go there in their backyard, right, their school, their auditorium, and they see the diversity of the department, the different divisions of the department, and then we kind of close with just making good decisions and be safe. Some things that have happened in other areas in the Hampton Roads that involve juveniles. I love those kids, man. I just want them to be safe. So I talk about the relationship with the school resource officers and the students. Last week, now Corporal Washington, and at the time Corporal and now Sergeant Campbell, myself and a good friend of mine, Mike, went from the state, from DCJS, Department of Criminal Justice Services. We rode up to Richmond, and we got to see the Minchville High School girls basketball team play was it Princess Anne from Virginia Beach in the state championship. And man, it went down to the wire, and we went into overtime. And I thought we had it. Man, those girls played their heart out. I could not be more impressed and proud of them. But we just had a great time. Unfortunately, we were defeated by 3 points. But let me tell you, everybody on that court won. It was the student body, the interaction, principals, faculty, and staff that were there, parents that we got to talk to. Our vice mayor was there again. Councilman Coleman was there. It was just a really, really good event, and I just really had a good time. So those relationships are why we invest so much with youth. Yep. Kim, is suicide really a crime? No. Committing suicide, we're not. No. I will tell you, it's hard to see someone, whatever. I'm certainly not a psychologist, but officers that go to those calls, whether it's, especially if it's a young person, but individuals that might have terminal illnesses, individuals that suffer from depression or mental illness that take their own life, those are some of the hardest calls to go to, and the tragedies they are. So we try to be as professional as we can with there, but I will tell you, they do affect us. There's no doubt about it. They do affect officers that respond. Is it Carlette? Am I reading that? Carlette. Carlette. Hello, how are you? I'm glad you're joining us today. Thank you. Hey, Carlette, while I'm there, before I go to Kristen, happy Women's History Month. So why do I bring that up, right? So this is Women's History Month, and what the month set aside, right, to really highlight contributions that women have made in society, whether it's in faith, in throughout history. And I bring it up today as I had we had a panel downstairs. I wasn't even invited, right? I wasn't even invited, but I snuck down. I snuck in the back. So we go downstairs, and we have one of our assistant city managers. We have Captain Allison Funiak, Shannon Jones, our Commonwealth attorney, leadership from the fire department, and a room full of individuals, women who either are in leadership or aspire to be. What a great session! I got to walk in the back and hear a little bit. But I will say that Captain Funiak brought up our 30 for 30, and what that is, it's women leadership in the department. They sit down with me and we talked about this program, that our goal is for 30% of the department to be female by the year 2030. Most departments are hovering around 15%. We're about 24%. So we're looking at we're on the right track, and that's not about just bringing people in. It's about a different mindset, as we want individuals who also speak Spanish. We want individuals from different cultures. Diversity in a department is extremely valuable. But women, there's a difference between men and women, right? And thought and how they handle situations, certain scenes. But I will tell you, I'm thankful for the women that work here. It's been a male-dominated profession for hundreds of years, and man, some of the best officers I have are female, hands down. So I'm appreciative, and it was just really good. So I just wanted to, while we're here today talking, I just wanted to bring that up about Women's History Month. So the women out there, your contributions through history, phenomenal. But I think it also, our deputy city manager talked about, remember that in some parts of the country, women don't have the freedoms that they have here. And that kind of hit me hard too, to hear that. I was like, wow, I get it. So I just wanted to share that. And I know we're past it, but I think, who was it, Kim, that brought up the St. Patrick's Day joke we had yesterday with the donuts or the green, right? But I hope everyone had a good St. Patrick's Day. I know there were some festivals last weekend. And I think there's a run coming up. I think there's a run this weekend in Virginia Beach. But I hope everyone enjoyed St. Patrick's Day. We had some good times here, cutting up a little bit. So happy belated St. Patrick's Day to everyone. Hope everybody had a good, enjoyed that. Kristen, trying to say, oh, used to work for York County Juvenile District Courts. I'm now with the school division. Oh, wow. Okay, now I'm tracking you. And interested to hear about the information that you have provided. Thank you, everything you're doing. Oh, Kristen, I'm sorry. I read it wrong. So, look, I always get, they like, Chief, why don't you just put your glasses on, your readers on? I don't know them. I do fine. And, yeah, so I should have caught that. So, Kristen, I apologize, but thank you. And thank you for your service, what you do. My mother was in education for 30 years, third grade teacher, and, yeah, still talks to me like I'm in the third grade. Kayla, there you go. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hope the school grades are good. Kayla is another member of our Young Adult Police Commissioner program. Just amazing. And she's doing great up there at school up in Richmond. So proud of her and all the others. I'm glad you had time to join us today. She's another one that used to mess with me a lot. She's a handful, but love her dearly and just so proud of her. Anna says, since you graduated from the class, Anna's inviting someone to join the alumni academy. It's okay. I know it's jumping a little bit. So when the new posts come in, the screen jumps, so it takes me a minute or takes us a minute to get back. Scroll back up. Nope. Wrong way. Yeah. So we got Anna. Okay. Oh, my friend Uganda, get out of here. Hey, Chief, thank you for all you and your department are doing. We look forward to our continued engagement together. Be encouraged. Uganda, I can't tell you how much that means to me coming from you, my friend. You were doing the fight in the street, in classrooms and sessions. Man, I appreciate you so much. Appreciate our relationship, the work that you've done with neighborhood watch programs. Appreciate your heart for community. I appreciate you calling and checking on me. I know you and I have been at crime scenes together and we have good conversations. And Uganda, remember when I first got here, before I was even hired, you and I walked the community together. I will never forget that. But man, I didn't know you were on today, so thank you very much, and thank you for the work that you do in this city and community. You are truly loved and very much appreciated. Thank you for that. Scroll up just a little bit, make sure I didn't think. Thank you for very much. You will be getting. Okay. I meant to say the great work we're doing. Fame sounds great. Thank you, Robin. If you could please get a message to me with the total number of officers that work at MPD, that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you, Robin. There are 500 officers that work in our department. We have some vacancies, but not many. Man, we are really rolling. I guess while we're there, we might as well hit that. We're authorized just under 500 officers. The city has offered to increase that, which will put us right at 500. We're only about 35 officers short. We have 4 or 5 officers lined up for the academy that will start in June, and we have about 10 laterals coming from other departments. I don't want to say what departments. I'm not trying to blast that, but so at about 35 vacancies, and we've got about 15 that are getting ready to come on board. I don't count them yet because we're not giving them a paycheck yet. But if you take 35 from 15, that puts you at what, about 20? And our goal is to put about 20 more in that class in June. So we are in a very, very good shape. God has truly blessed us. When I ask new officers, whether they're recruits or laterals, why you want to come to this department, some of the things I'm hearing are leadership, equipment, training opportunities, the progressiveness of the city, and we see what you all do in the community and how you interact with youth. And I'm kind of surprised that draws us here. Technology is another response that I get. But when it talks about what you do in the community and connection with youth, man, that's what I'm looking for. And I'll give a little bit of secret sauce away. For me, what I'm looking for are individuals who join this department are people who are creative, they think outside the box, and they care about people. You care about people, you're going to write a better report. You're going to spend more time with victims. You're going to treat your suspects differently. You're going to be in communities. You're going to interact with kids. And I can't teach that. I can teach you or show you the benefits of that. And I can also show you the downfalls if you don't. The citizens that won't talk to you, who have information. But I can't teach that. You kind of get that from who you are, your faith, your aunts and uncles and school teachers, coaches who've poured into you, your pastors or faith leaders. But that's the individuals that I'm looking for, because this profession's hard. You're going to see things that I wish no one ever had to see. You're going to respond to things I wish people didn't have to respond to. Um, and you need that. And if people care about other people, that's really what I'm looking for, to come to this organization. All right, Miriam, could you say? Oh, she's talking to Anna about information on her, Monica White, information on the Citizens Academy. Got it. The suicide real crime. I hope I'm successful soon. Kim, we've had that conversation before. Know that you're loved and cared about. And if you ever need to talk, you just send us a message. Be glad to call you and shoot you a conversation. But you're loved and cared about. So please don't think like that and don't talk like that. Right? You're too valuable. You're too important. People care about you. Lee, hello, Chief. How would one go about finding out the breakdown of demographics of all shootings in Newport News? So yeah, we have that information. We have the demographics on. Look, it's kind of like baseball. In police work, we count everything. We look at crime numbers every Monday, and then again every Thursday. We look at I compare our crimes, our incidents, to where we were this time last year. Then I try to be relevant where we at compared to the last 3 years, and where we at compared to the last 5 years. But I can tell you the age, race of our victims, and the age and race of our suspects. And why do I do that? Because I want to know. We track our crimes against juveniles, all of those things. If you send me a message, we can talk a little bit. Let me know kind of what you're looking for. But Danny, we have that, and I get that report every Monday morning, and I look at it again on every Thursday afternoon. So traditional, Danny, I don't know if you're familiar, traditional with the CompStat report or Intel reports, whatever you want to call it. But that CompStat meeting, Intel meeting, we do every Thursday at 1 o'clock, and we go over what is our crime, what's solved, what's still open. And the Intel meeting is more about where we at with particular cases. The CompStat report is more like precinct-based, the captain of each precinct talking about what's going on in the precinct. But I need to know that information. I want our officers to know that information. It helps guide us when we create statistics, where we create strategies to put in place to address some of the statistical data that feeds that. Mary, do you have any children? So yeah, I have a stepdaughter. She's doing really good. She's in her 20s. Love her to death. She's fantastic to see how far she's come. But yes, she's doing great. She's in the nursing field, and she ain't grown much. She's still about the same height, but she's doing really well. Thank you for that. You got me. Uganda. Friday Night Nets is coming back this year. Uganda, wait a minute. So Friday Night Nets is great. It's a basketball program that we do it in the south and north end of the city, where young people can come and play basketball. But it's really good. It gives an alternative to just it just gives some interaction, right? Youth interacting together. But Uganda, I'm not sure if you're challenging me to a basketball game or if you're just letting me know about it's coming back. Both are good. Don't be too hard on me, though. I'm brittle. But no, I enjoyed seeing you at those events, and you're right, it's right around the corner. Anna's saying I think she's commenting back on the academy. Joy, come on, ladies, step up and vote the correct way one administration is trying. Yeah, we're not going to get into politics here. Robin, I appreciate that. Thank you, Chief, for letting me know about how many officers work. Oh, you're very welcome. Yeah, absolutely. Kristen, what is your age limit requirement for entering the police department? At this time, I'm just curious because there are people that are interested. Yeah, so look, we can bring people on in as far as late into their 50s and 60s. The mandatory retirement age, I think, if I don't say it wrong, I think it's 67. They bumped it. I think that's right. As long as you can do the job in the profession. We have a couple individuals that started our academy at 43, 44, 45 years old that have done time in the military, have finished their career there and want to continue to serve. We've had school teachers that have left their profession and wanted to do something different. So yeah, we'll hire you at 20. You just have to be 21 when you graduate the academy, and late 50s or 60s, we'll still take individuals as long as you can do the requirements of the profession, right? That's a good question. I hadn't heard that one before. So yeah, so where are we at? We still good on time? So look, I'm sure I want to hit a couple highlights that I had. We talked about Women's History Month. We talked about our foundation breakfast. Man, I don't know if anybody out there watched the baseball game last night, the World Baseball Classic. I got to see America and Venezuela. Venezuela won, hard fought game. I enjoyed that. I bring that up. It was the Squirrels, their minor league team up in Richmond, and the Norfolk Tides in Norfolk, right, getting ready to start their season. So I'm excited about baseball. I'm a Cincinnati Reds fan through the good and bad years, but I'm really excited for baseball season to get to start. And I think we got some tickets we're going to be giving away here for some of the officers to go to some of the games. Good bonding, right? Good camaraderie among the rank and file. We talked about high school forums a couple weeks ago. I don't know if anybody out there ran it, but the One City Marathon. I appreciate all the officers that worked. It was a great day, good weather. And 2 years ago, it was like freezing. It was like 9 degrees, man, coming off that water. But no, had a really good time. We got to see the mayor out running again. A couple people I go to church with that ran it. It was just a really, really good event, and it was good. It was good to see. So, One City Marathon. If you didn't get to come out and cheer runners on, or if anybody took part, that was a great event for our city. Recruiting. We talked a little bit about the recruiting division is doing an amazing job. We have an academy that graduates on May 15th. Invite the city to come to. We have another academy that graduates in September, and we're starting to put officers now in the academy that will start in June. And I think we've hired 4 or 5 for that academy already. I'm really excited about that. We talked about pipes and drums. We talked about the forums. Mentioned the girls basketball event I got to go to, Minchville. They did a phenomenal job. Couple good arrests that took place in the north part of the city. There was an individual with firearms and illegal narcotics that is a violent individual that was arrested. Technology and officers up in North Precinct, HIP team just did an amazing job. It was a very good arrest. And then there's another individual that had been breaking in, a teenager, right? Breaking into businesses, throwing a rock or a brick through the window. We missed him on one, and alarm went off. We scared him away. And then about a half hour later, he breaks into another one, and this time the officers were able to apprehend him. So I think we'll end up going back and solving a lot of business burglaries or vandalisms from this one individual. But I shout out, those guys just did a great job. Let me read these last two, and then there's 2 other comments that I want to touch base on. We're going to go a little bit over, but that's all right. Kristen, thank you, Joy. I did, and sorry we lost, but I think Venezuela outplayed us. I will tell you, Joy went down to like the last 8th and 9th inning, man, when Harper hit that home run. We tied it up, and then it was just a good game. It was just hey, the guy who had the big hit for the Venezuelan team, right? Suarez plays for the Reds now. How about that? Sandra, thanks, Chief, for all the good work your department is doing for the city. I do see a change for the good. Sandra, I'll tell you, it's every day we just try to do better. We got to be better today than we were yesterday, and we should be better tomorrow than we are today. And I appreciate that, and thank you for being here with us today. Last 2 things I want to comment on before we sign off. And forgive me, maybe I should have opened with this. We all saw what happened in Michigan last week. An individual driving a car into a Jewish community center. We have a Jewish community center here in Well. Very, very important to me. We try. I bring that up we watch what goes on in our jurisdiction, other jurisdictions here in Hampton Roads, throughout the state. We have a great partnership with our state, local, and federal partners, but we also watch what goes on around the country. And seeing that, we want to make sure that we stay vigilant and people are aware. If you see something or hear something, to please let us know. I'd much rather check that out than to not, and then something happen. But I was glad that individual was dealt with there, and that no one was hurt in Michigan. And then the other close to home, the shooting that occurred at ODU University. I did get to talk to Garrett, Chief Shelton over in ODU, and I also talked to Chief Talbot, just checking on both of them. Offered any resources that we had, any manpower, but you saw, people just flooded there. They had multiple jurisdictions there, federal partners as well, college police department. Um, yeah, so I just, as we prepare and train, I thought the students there did an amazing job. But my heart does go out to those that lost their lives, those that were injured. I've been seeing some stories there, and just very, very special people. And not getting into what makes someone do an act like that, but being vigilant and prepared and aware. I thought the students and the officers there just did an amazing job, and was able, like I said, I was able to talk to both chiefs and just touch base with them, friends of mine, and very, very sorry that that happened. I think the students there are resilient, and they will come through it, but it will take time, right? And there's no blueprint on how that happens. Individuals react and look at that differently. But I will tell you, it's a great college, great institution, great people, great department over there, and I just wanted to let them know we're thinking about them. The families that lost loved ones are in our thoughts and prayers. And yeah, just like I said, you never know what's going to happen in this profession the next day. None of us are promised tomorrow. And again, what I'm trying to bring here are people who care about other people. That's important. Sandra, we got to talk to Joy. Thank you, making the north end safer. Joy, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, Joy also says yes. I hope to. But when we walked the first guy in the next inning, oh, you talking about the baseball? Yeah, yeah. I was feeling a little bit bad about it too. I was like, it's not starting off well. But it was just good. It was just a good ball game, and I enjoyed that. That's one of my favorite sports, and yeah. So look at that. Is that right? 1 o'clock, Crystal? Wow. So we got through the topics I wanted to talk on. I've had some great comments today, great interaction. I appreciate you all taking the time to spend with us today. I'll be back. We'll do this again at 6 o'clock this evening, and kind of the same thing. We'll hit the crime and then just open up for conversations. But I do appreciate the time that you took. I know, man, life's busy, and you're 100 miles an hour. So if you come back and look at this session, and there's any questions you want to send or ask about, if you just message them in, we will, myself and folks here in Media Relations, PIO office, will respond. So again, thank you. God bless you guys. Have a great weekend. I'm glad we got through that storm. I was hearing how bad it could have been, and I'm glad everything worked out okay. So please be safe. God bless you all. Take care, and we'll do this again at 6 o'clock this evening. Thank you, guys.